Well, traditionally, organisations have separated diversity and inclusion from talent management. So they often see talent management as a core HR responsibility of managing their people and succession planning and so forth. And then diversity is something that you do separately, almost as an afterthought. And that's often because they see diversity and inclusion as either compliance driven, they've got to do it, or they see it as marketing driven, it makes them look good, but it's always seen as a separate, segregated work stream to their talent or their core HR policies. I think this approach still dominates actually most organisations for a couple of reasons. I think one is that people are very busy and perhaps stressed, and they kind of focus on what they absolutely must do rather than what they should do in addition. But I think also it exists because people are biased, and we tend to think that diversity is someone else's problem, or diversity and inclusion is something that other people do, and that I do this but they'll take care of that. And I think as long as we see this as segregated, that it's someone else's work, it's not relevant to me, we'll never actually get the benefits of it, because we'll always see them as segregated work streams. So I think these current policies, what I'd call homogenous talent management, which is basically managing people with no regard for differences and nuances, can be really dangerous, because people fail to realise that managing people in a professional setting and getting the best decisions and the best outcomes is not like a night down the pub with your mates or kind of a social situation. We're instinctively drawn to people like us. It's called homophily. And we tend to associate with people who share our worldview or even look like us or come from a similar cultural or ethnic background. And again, in your personal life, that's fine. You know, it's who you love, who your friends are and so forth is your prerogative. But in terms of making decisions, it can be very dangerous because we tend to associate with people who see the world like us, who think like us, and therefore we don't get different perspectives and we don't challenge those decisions that we're making. So if we look, for example, at some really big companies that have gone bust, that are no longer with us, Kodak, Nokia, Swissair, Lehman Brothers, a common theme in all of these organisations was groupthink, was actually a failure to tolerate difference and a failure to really challenge different perspectives. So you had lots of really, really bright people who were all very, very good at what they did, but they all thought the same way and they didn't see blind spots. And actually it's by inviting different points of view in to challenge those decisions and give real rigour to the decision-making process that we can basically avoid those failures, cover those blind spots, and have more chance of actually staying successful in the long term and being sustainable.